Hey, young girl. We are back with a new episode this week. Just want to thank everybody who has been watching over on YouTube and listening over on Spotify and Apple Music. And this week, I want to talk about uh, rejection is God's protection. A lot of times, we get rejected in life, we get doors closed on us, we get told no. And I'm just here to let y'all know maybe it was for your best. We'll get so down on ourselves, because you've been to work so hard for whatever that goal was and it didn't work out for you. Well, maybe look at it as a different perspective of maybe it just wasn't meant for you, or maybe it just wasn't your time. Some of these groups or some of these friendships or relationships that y'all want to be a part of or we want to be a part of, and the person rejects us, take it as a protection, y'all. And take it as you dodged the bullet. Don't look at everything as a negative. Maybe you did want that person, you really felt like you loved them, or you really wanted that job, you thought it was the perfect fit for you. Well, maybe when you got on that job, it was going to be a whole bunch of harassment. Maybe they was going to make you work way more than they was going to pay you. Maybe you was going to get in there and then they was going to try to switch the schedule around. Or maybe you was just so, you wanted a job so bad that you didn't care that it was so far away from your kid's school or so far away from your house. And maybe you don't have a car, so you would have been having to catch the bus all the way there. And then when you get off at night, it's going to be too late. It's going to be late at night. And, that'll be dangerous for you to be catching a bus that late from that location and get all the way home. So don't always look at it as a negative. Maybe that was protecting you. Or maybe you had another job offer that was going to be paying you better, or you wasn't going to have to work as hard, or you wasn't going to be in such a negative environment. So don't always look at as a negative. Maybe that is a positive thing that you didn't get that job, or maybe it just wasn't your time. And the person that rejected you, like that you might have wanted to be in a relationship with, you love them so much, but maybe that person didn't love you, and they were just with you to use you, or for time passing, or because they was bored. And this whole time you so wrapped up in them, you didn't even realize the red flags, that they really wasn't doing half of the things that you wanted them to do, because you was just so in love. You were only looking at, how you felt when y'all was together, how handsome or how cute she looked when y'all was with each other. Y'all looked cute in the pictures together. In reality, y'all didn't even have the same belief systems. Y'all wanted two different things out of life. You a hard worker, this person lazy. So, why would you want to be with somebody that don't want to be with you anyway? Go ahead and let them people go. Don't take it as a loss. Take it as a lesson, regardless of how many years you've been with them or anything like that. Oh well, moving on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, write down the list. You know how they say do the good things and do the bad things, and kind of see if it even is measuring up. Because we be in la la land a lot of times, and we be so on that high of a new relationship, when it's fresh and new, y'all so into each other. And then you didn't even realize this person, you know, you y'all don't even have nothing in common. So don't always be so, like, oh my God, woe is me and the world is over because things didn't work out for you. You know, get yourself back up, maybe take a day or two till you be down, because nothing wrong with crying it out. Nothing wrong with being sad. I know a lot of times, when we grow up and they be like, don't you cry, suck it up, you know, take it. Stuff like that. Don't You're not even allowed to show emotion. And I know a lot of times, because I had that bad when I was I was a single mom with my son. And I wanted him to be tough, so I would be a little bit harder on him, and I didn't want him to be a punk or anything like that. Not in a sense of, just like not be scary. Let me say that. Let me use a better word. Not be scary. I wanted him to be able to stand up for himself. That's what I meant. So you might have was a little bit more aggressive, or if he tried to cry a little bit, I'd be like, Don't cry, suck that up. But in reality, I was wrong. And, it took him one time to tell me, oh, why you being so hard on me? And it really opened my eyes like, why am I doing that? It's okay for him to cry because guess what? A little boy that's always, not allowed to show his emotions, even a little girl, they can, you know, pressure bursts, so you constantly under this pressure of, being strong and not showing emotions and not showing weakness, and then eventually that's going to break. It might break in the school system when they go into school and they are not allowed a safe space at home to cry and let things out. So they go to school and they get into fights, and stuff like that. So, not all the times is not good to say, suck it up and just take it. Let yourself be sad if that's what you are. Feel those emotions. Then you'll know what it is that made you feel sad. And then I'm not saying to avoid them, but you'll know kind of what your triggers are. And that way, if they're coming along, you'll know like, oh, okay, I don't like this kind of stuff. And then you'll be able to decide, pick and choose on some of the things you like in your life and some of the things that you don't. So, back to the topic, 'cause I'll go off on a tangent of, God's protection. I mean, sometimes rejection is God's protection. So, don't always take stuff so hard, y'all, when things don't go your way. If you're in a competition and you didn't get first place, or, you didn't get the best. Society has created this like, the best person, the number one and all of this. So the people that fall up under that, then what? They ain't no good. No, that's not true. It, everybody is not gonna always be the best at everything. So that person, they could have that light, they could shine over there, you know, in that lane. But you may have these other talents that you're great at. Go ahead and develop those talents a little bit more. Don't always try to go into other lanes or force your way into stuff that's just not meant for you. Then you get rejected, or you find that you don't even fit into that. And then now you're all down and depressed on yourself. In reality, that wasn't even your lane. That is not even something that you like or you enjoy doing, but you just want to do it because maybe you saw somebody else being successful at it. So you like, oh well, I'm gonna go over there and do that too. And that's not just, it wasn't even for you. So, and then you get rejected, and now you feeling like woe is me and stuff like that. Don't let, you know, rejection from things beat you down and make you feel like you're not worthy or you don't deserve stuff or anything like that, because you are worthy and you deserve good things as well. You just got to find your tribe, and you got to keep trying stuff. One day you're gonna find what that thing is that you're real good at. One day you're gonna find that job that the people are gonna value you, and they're gonna pay you what you're worth. The hours are gonna work out for you. You'll be home on the weekends or whatever for with your kids. You're not gonna be able to have to work all those crazy hours. They're not gonna keep overlooking you every time you get a raise. That's just not where you're supposed to be at, and you got to be okay with that. That relationship that you keep trying so hard for, or this particular type of person, maybe that's really not, your thing. Date different people, date different types of people. You don't always have to stick to one type of thing. Try a lot of different things and see what works for you. And then when you do, it's going to mesh well. You're not going to have to force it. It's going to flow. That's how you know stuff is for you. It's not going to always, try to beat you down. It's not going to always hurt. It's not going to always be difficult. Stuff not always supposed to be difficult, y'all. It's not always supposed to be the hard way. You got to learn the hard way. No, you don't have to always learn the hard way. Maybe get around some people that have already done the things that you want to do, and they can kind of give you a little heads up of how it's going to be. Do your research first before you go into stuff. And that way, you'll be a little bit more up abreast on stuff. You'll already know a little bit about it as you walking into stuff. So, y'all, just again, I'm gonna just sum this up with, don't always think that rejection is a bad thing. Maybe that was protection for you. All right. And you just got to keep going until you find what is the right thing for you. All right. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.